Okay, sorry, I got cut off by my video, so we're going to keep on going with number 3. So we were talking about this shape, and we were thinking about the opposite sides if they were equal in length. And I don't think any of the opposite sides are equal in length, so it doesn't have any equal sides. Our next thing to think about is, are the opposite sides parallel? Well, I think the bottom and the top, they look like if we stretched them forever that they would never ever touch. So that's one pair. But let's think about the left side and the right side. See how this side is kind of leaning this way? So if I kept stretching that line up, 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 and I kept stretching this line up, 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 you see what's going to happen? They're eventually going to cross or touch up here. So that means that those are not parallel. So the top and bottom are parallel, but the right and left are not. So that's only one pair of parallel sides. So now we're going to think about right angles. Do you see any right angles in this shape? Remember, right angles make these nice square corners. I don't see any corners that look square. So that means there are no right angles. So if the only thing that we see in the shape is one pair of parallel sides, that shape is a trapezoid. So again, I'm not going to write the whole word, but I'm going to put trap. You write the whole word. And that word trapezoid, if you flip back, it was on the very first page of our lesson. So this one is a trapezoid. Okay. Let's go to number 4. So again, we're going to look at opposite sides and their length. So this side is opposite from this side. Those look the same. This side is opposite from this side, and those look the same. So it looks like all 4 sides are the same length. All of these sides look like they're the same. Opposite sides are parallel. So this one, if we kept stretching it, it looks like it's kind of leaned the exact same way as the other one. So that means this side and this side will never touch. So those are parallel. And it's the same with these. This side and this side, if you kept stretching them, since they're leaning kind of the same way, they will never touch either. So that means both pairs are parallel. Now we have to look for right angles. Well, this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner, I don't see any square corners. So that means there are 0 right angles. So a shape where all of the sides are the same, and they have 2 sets of parallel sides, top and bottom, right and left, that would be called a rhombus. I'm going to put rom. You would write out the whole word. It's just kind of hard for me to write with my mouse. All right, that's real gross, but it's supposed to say rom for rhombus. All right, last one. We have to look at opposite sides that are equal length. Well, I noticed the top and bottom are the same, but they're not the same as the right and the left. So that means we have top and bottom are the same, right and left are the same, but they're not all the same. So that would be both pairs are equal length. So now we have to think about what's parallel. Well, it looks like the top and bottom will never ever touch each other. And then the left and right will never touch each other. So that means both pairs are parallel. Right angles, I don't see any square corners. So that means there are 0 right angles. So that would mean this quadrilateral is classified as a parallelogram. So if it has 2 pairs of opposite sides that are equal and parallel, it doesn't have to have right angles, then it's called a parallelogram. All right, go ahead and turn to page 854. And we're just going to go through 6, 7, and 8. We're not going to worry about the hot problems today. Number 6 says, the oldest tennis tournament is played at Wimbledon in London. Describe the attributes of the shape of the tennis court and then classify it. So let's think about length. Well, top and bottom are the same length. Left and right are the same length. So we have 2 pairs of equal sides. Let's think about parallel. Top and bottom are parallel, left and right are parallel. So that's two sets of parallel sides. Last thing we have to look for is our angles. And even though they didn't draw the squares for us, I think I could fit a square in this corner and this corner and this corner and this corner. They have perfectly square corners. So that's 4 right angles. So if it has opposite sides equal and parallel, and it has 4 right angles, this would be called a rectangle. So over here, I would write 2 pairs of parallel sides, 2 pairs of equal length sides, 4 right angles equals a rectangle. Look at number 7. Hillary bought an eraser like the one shown. Classify the quadrilateral formed by the side of the eraser. So look, they outlined the side for us. Top and bottom are parallel. Left and right are parallel. So that's 2 sets of parallel sides, but they're not all equal. Top and bottom are equal. Left and right are equal. So 2 pairs of equal length sides. But look at the corners. None of these corners are square corners, so we can't call it a rectangle. But if the opposite sides are parallel and the opposite sides have the equal length, we can call it a parallelogram. So we would write parallelogram for number 7. Last one for today. Kayla is thinking of a quadrilateral. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So think about it. The top and bottom are parallel, right and left are parallel. All 4 sides are the same length. Ooh, that's a big clue. All 4 sides are the same length. So now I'm thinking it has to either be a square or a rhombus, right? Because those are the only shapes that have equal sides. There are 4 right angles. Oh, there's another big clue. A rhombus doesn't have to have right angles. So if all of the angles are right angles, that would mean it would have to be a square. So you would draw a square down in this space and you would label it square. Okay. All right. You are ready to go ahead and start your independent assignment. Remember, you can watch this video as many times as you need to. You can use your vocabulary page, which is this one that we started with, to help you as you do your independent assignments, and be sure to read your questions carefully. Love you, miss you, wish you well.